Hello and welcome to another update video about MATIC. Yeah, MATIC, like many other coins, is currently following that proposed microstructure that we discussed yesterday. And we're likely forming that B wave, okay? So the resistance area was already communicated, I think, a few days ago. And we're currently working towards this area between $1.08 or 1.087 and $1.20. That's based on this microstructure here, in which the assumption is that a wave 1 topped here, that was on the 13th of March, top in wave 1, and we could now be in this wave 2. There are just different ways of, of looking at this. A wave down, then a B wave rally, and a C wave down. That's sort of what I would prefer, just because the movement to the downside would be very much aligned with Bitcoins. Yeah, A wave down, then here B wave rally, and as long as we see only, that's very important, as long as we see only 3 waves to the upside, so an A wave and a B wave and a C wave, I call it a B wave. Yeah, A wave down, the B wave rally in 3 waves into resistance, and then we will see if there is going to be a rejection in this area, and the C wave to the downside is starting. That would be wave C of 2, ABC. That's what I, at the moment, am following primarily. Of course, it could be that wave 2 is already in. Price doesn't give me clear evidence for that because this rally was just in 3 waves. Now, it can always turn into a diagonal, right? But then I need evidence for that. And that would be here. So that's not it's not the most probable scenario right now. It might become the most probable scenario if after this ABC structure, another higher low is forming and another higher high, because then I've got 5 waves, and then I call that wave 1 of the larger degree third wave, and it would be a leading diagonal, and there would be another 1-2 setup. Nothing is running away from us, most likely not. So if I see that, I will add another support area like I did here for the larger yellow one, okay? So that's just purely watching for what the market is telling us. We covered that topic yesterday in our member live stream. How do I know that, or when corrections extend, okay? How do I know when corrections extend, and how do I deal with that from a trading point of view? Now, in this case, for example, I would argue that this wave 1 was quite long, also in duration. So is this really, even though we have, in terms of price correction, is this really enough in terms of duration to correct the entire wave 1? That's one thing, I'm thinking it could extend a little bit further, and it looks a little bit like corrective price action to the upside here. So there are no 5 waves to the upside at this stage. On a smaller time frame, there are not. So I prefer an extension. I do prefer, however, a very, very healthy B wave, because the more healthy the B wave is, even if it overshoots, it would allow the C wave to hold support, because the C wave needs some space, yeah? So ABC. But even if we break higher directly, as you know, trade the levels, not the counts. So if anybody is trading the levels, you would probably already have found an entry in the yellow zone. And if there is a healthy B wave and the market makes profits available, why not take some, but prepare for the scenario that maybe the wave 2 already bottomed. That's at this stage, however, not preferred. Not preferred. But if 5 waves up form, if we get this 5 wave movement to the upside, it can't be a B wave, but then it could be a wave 1 again. And then I will add another support area for wave 2, which could be the next trade setup, or even for a more aggressive entry, with a stop below the beginning of what would be wave 1. So yeah, I mean, overall, and then diving into the microstructure here, we can see that we are likely working on wave 3 of C of B, and the 100% extension level of wave A, which is a key target for wave C, points towards $1.06. Goes all the way up to $1.14 pretty much. So a good overlap with that resistance area, and I think we should get to that red area, because what I have labeled as a C wave, we only have 3 waves, so I like to see 5 there. So that's sort of what I'm watching for. In terms of really, really micro targets for that third wave there, what we do is we take the length of wave 1, we go to the low of the wave 2, and should minimally reach $1.04 better $1.05 plus, yeah? And that would probably then eventually take us into the red resistance zone. Key level for trend continuation at the moment is that wave 2 low at 97.5 cents. So if that level breaks, we have to reinterpret the micro patterns on the chart. That's my update about MATIC. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.